I'm not even 25 years old and I've already forgotten about my dreams. I don't know how to explain it other than when I went to college when I was around 19 years old, I had a set path in my mind. A good amount of it was what I want to do with my life in terms of a career that is fulfilling. And then, say, 5% of it was leisure. Although that leisurely activity was a part of my college education, I found that when things happened in my family and personal life, I forgot the things that made me happy a lot faster than I thought that I would. I don't know how it happened because I'm not a very, I don't know, I'm not that I'm not punctual or I guess business orientated or oriented. I found myself, it was just so easy to just forget the things that made me happy. And I did it so fast. It happened in a matter of, I think, either it was a 12-hour car ride where I was thinking about other stuff, or it was 4 to 3, maybe even 2 weeks of me dealing with not very stressful situations. I'm definitely going to go through worse in my life, but pretty stressful stuff. Stuff that I was going to have to do in the future. And I think that your brain can only have so much that it remembers in the past and what you want to do in the present, what you need to do in the present, and what you feel you want to do in the future. So I think the more I talk about it, my brain just had so much that it wanted to do in the future, whether that was what I was enjoying to do or stuff that I knew I had to do, or at least I felt I had to do for my family in the time, that I forgot my dreams. I don't mean to sound like, I know that sounds like an over exaggeration. I'm only 22 years old. I could go out and do all this stuff in a month if I really, put other stuff to the side. But the other stuff I cannot put to the side and, eat and stuff like that. So, um, I don't know what else to say. I wanted to keep this video short, and I'm gonna try and do that. So, I haven't even reached 25 years old, and present day problems like, I don't know, Russia, Ukraine, the idiots in a submarine, the sky was orange for a little bit, small stuff like that. That stuff you, or at least I, cannot control. I would like to think that I forgot my dreams because of the outside world and the economy and jobs and boomers and millennials, Gen Z, all that. I'd like to put all the responsibility on myself, and I do, but it's a very common thing. So, my very unwarranted advice would be to write it down. Maybe do what I'm doing now and just post a video of it so that you don't forget. Because the thought, I can still do it. I'm going to say it again. I can still do it. Give me like 3 months of free time. Free time. You can't have free time for like 3 months. It's not possible. But I would be able to do it. I fear getting to the point where I'm older. I don't even want to say an age because I don't want to manifest it, but I fear getting older and just looking back at my life one day. Maybe I have a wife and kids or something is tying me down, no offense. But I just fear getting to that place one day where I just kind of, it's not even that my life will be bad, you know, that would make it worse, but the thought of everything being okay and then just feeling my inner soul just crush a little bit. It's very heavy. And to think that I got what is in reality a preview of that feeling scared me a lot. The only way that I could say to counter that would be, as I said, write it down, videotape it, tell a loved one, tell a friend, start working on it. Of course, you know, if you have a calendar, I like to keep calendars and notes and stuff like that. You know, when you work towards it every day, it's kind of hard to forget. It's not like eating, but, you know, you can build up habits. I think the way that you could prevent it, and it would be the most beneficial in your overall life, because what I'm talking about is half and half pure pleasure type stuff, like tennis, or, oh, I used to love going swimming, that type of stuff. But what would really help, I think, in your overall life would be to be careful of the things you use to reach balance. And I'm insinuating addiction, and I'm kind of hinting towards substance abuse, but we have a lot more to abuse ourselves with in the modern day, whether it be the stuff you can explicitly watch on the internet, scrolling TikTok, Instagram, you know, romantic partners, people who you don't view in a romantic way, but you just like to play with emotions. Sorry, my wrist straps hurt. I don't think that there could be another thing in your life that could be so detrimental that you forget your dreams, that you do to yourself on a daily basis, because as I said earlier, it's not like the economy crashing or the sky is orange. You have no control over that, but you have control over the stuff you use to find your balance. The stuff you use to find your balance and where you want to go. Now, I can say this with zero, borderline don't even listen to me right now, but I hear people say, like, on TV my whole life, oh, I spent too much time when I was younger being business orientated. I wish that I thought about my friends more, about my family more. You know, working and hustling for a long time, it becomes addicting when you become immersed in an idea and a goal. And I'm not saying don't accomplish those goals, but you gotta weigh it out. I know personally I had problems with my health, my weight, and my how I viewed myself. And I did nothing but obsess over it for, I guess, my entire life. My diet is borderline psychopathic. That, I don't think that's a word, but it's fear. It really is fear. But if you use fear to establish a good diet and not even think twice about it and enjoy what you put in your body, because that is inevitably what you're going to get out, I'd say that the positives outweigh the negatives, but it did come with a lot of negatives, and it still does. The social aspect you get from sitting down and eating with your friends and your family, and, you know, just, you know, family members saying, let's go to the diner, and then you can't. You can go there and you can sit, but I did that for about a year and I just was wasting time. Or I'm going to end the video with, watch your vices and chase your dreams. At least don't forget them. But time isn't something you can get back, especially one with loved ones. And that is especially true with the vices that you use to reach balance. Because it's either like me where I would come home and play video games for ungodly amounts of time, or drugs, work, even exercise. I had a friend tell me that he was addicted to exercising, and that hit me very hard because, you know, as we all probably do, I have relatives that, you know, do those types of stuff, use like addicting substances. Like, who doesn't? You know, there's liquor stores, there's vape shops, you know, who doesn't? And I got offended at him, and I got upset at him, and he wound up apologizing to me. But the older I get, the more I realize that I should have been there for him. Even if it's not a crippling addiction, I, as a friend, have an obligation to him and to myself, but that, you know, to listen. When someone tells you something that profound, you, as a friend, you have to listen. You can tell them that's stupid, but that's after you listen. I completely disregarded what he was saying to me just because I got offended, like a trigger word. Like, I literally had like initial reaction. Like my first like brain, the first thing my brain processed was to have an emotional reaction. And although that's inevitable, it's not smart. It doesn't lead anywhere good. If you check your emotional reaction with an actual, you know, like, why do I feel this way? If I just did like a little 3-step thinking process, like he says he feels addicted to working out, what in his life would have caused that? Have I done anything to cause that? Probably not. It's pretty hard to do. But from the outside, if I were in his family, I was like his father, his mother, you know, it'd be different. But, and then the next step would be, you know, is it worth it to tell him how I actually feel? Because I honestly felt in the moment that was stupid, because I see addiction as this, and he is experiencing or saying that he experiences addiction like this. And who am I to separate these two things, and who am I to not be a good friend? So I think I talked about 3 topics: the addiction, coping, or finding equilibrium is number 2. And then the first one was not forgetting your dreams, and I think I tied them all together very loosely. Still working on my segues and my intros. Thank you, Mr. Beast. You have very good and informative videos about going viral. Yeah, I'm gonna go viral with 13-minute rants about 3 things that are borderline unrelated. Well, I'm shirtless. I don't plan to be shirtless for a lot of these videos. It's nighttime, it's very humid, and I don't like wearing shirts. That's one thing. That's what I was saying earlier. You can't forget, you know, the day-to-day things like eating and not wearing a shirt past like 8:30 p.m. Like, if you see me outside and I have a shirt on, understand that I'm upset. Just a little bit upset, because it's like, why would I want that when it's nice weather outside? Have a nice night. I'm so sorry. This video should have ended 12 minutes ago. Holy shit.